So, do you ever get the feeling that your folks might have lied to you about women? Or perhaps maybe your church might have lied to you about women? Well, they did. But it's going to be all right. There's good news. Uh, there's a short and sweet process to overcome this difficult position that you might be in, where you might be a little angry or resentful and coming across red pill content all over the internet. And the most dangerous variable here is that you could isolate yourself once you find out about all this stuff. And that's not what you want to do. You want to kind of dust it off and keep it pushing as much as possible and not really allow yourself to get sad and depressed and isolated and all that. You want to move through the stages of that type of shit as quickly as possible. So here's a blueprint to help you be successful. There's going to be your normal 5 stages of grief that you're going to go through here: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And that's good. And you want to be aware of that and use that and move through those stages, like I said, very quickly. So maybe I can give you some a heads up here on how to do that, and some advice on what's going on and how to make this work for you. So resentment is totally normal once you find out about hypergamy, but it's wildly unproductive, right? So the faster you get through this stage, the better off you're going to be. There's an unlimited amount of information at your fingertips that's going to help you understand why this is the way it is, and why do they act that way, and why did I have such a underdeveloped and incorrect opinion of how women view men and view the world and operate in the world. And why is helpful, but it's not as helpful as you think. The most helpful thing is movement. And don't get caught up with the understanding why category nearly as much as what you can do and what you should be doing. Understanding why this stuff is the way it is good, but the discipline, as soon as you kind of get a little bit of a handle on it and you're like, okay, everyone's like preaching go to the gym and save your money and do all that, and you absolutely should. You should be going to the gym. If you're married and you're finding out that your wife is kind of going a little sideways on you, you should be going to the gym. Okay, it's not just because of getting stronger and all that, right? But it's also a discipline thing. It's a what can I do about it category involvement. And your physique is your resume. Okay? So don't look like shit and don't be unhealthy as shit. That's a huge L. You won't trust yourself, and she shouldn't probably trust you either if you don't even take care of yourself. So yeah. And most of this is going to fall under that what can I do about it category, and most of my advice to you is going to be to try to get you off of the understanding why and focus more on the what can I do about it. And as you spend more time performing the behaviors that you should be performing so that you can maintain most of your energy going into the what can I do about it category, your understanding of why is going to come along, and that may take a little time. You may have some sticking points here in terms of coming across some pieces of information that you kind of have to argue with in your own head for a little while before you are able to accept them and move on. So it goes a little something like this. You want to overcome the resentment part of it by being better than you are now. You want to be that guy. Okay? You really have to. The good news and the bad news is this ain't that complicated. You got to be that guy that you never had in your life. That the guy that you needed that you didn't have. You got to be the guy that's better than your father. Better than your father wanted you to be, better than you ever thought you could be. It's good news. There's no other way. Stop wasting your time trying to find out if there's any shortcuts. There's no shortcuts. The long way is the shortcut. There is no other way. It's actually good news. I'm sharing the good news with you, that there is no shortcuts. I'm sharing the good news with you that once you understand that your folks lied to you, your school lied to you, your church lied to you, all your girlfriends lied to you, your mother lied to you, your grandmother lied to you, your sister lied to you, all of them lied. Once you get to the point where you understand this, it's all right, man. You're going to be okay. If you don't isolate yourself, all right? Dust it off and keep it pushing. Okay, so go to the gym, work out, right? Eat less, right? Be stronger. So don't really worry about like trying to get swole. You'll get swole. Worry about being what you are trying to look like you are. You don't want to look like the thing. You want to be the thing. Okay, so looking like what you want to look like is going to be a secondary effect of being who you should be, who you want to be. So be that. The look will come with consistency. Self-talk is free. Your self-talk is shit. And that's a fucking problem. Your perceived sexual market value is critical to this. Your perceived sexual market value of yourself is critical. It's part of your self-talk equation. If you feel good, you like the way you feel, you like the way you look, you feel like you're doing things that someone who you trust would be doing, right? Who are the people you trust? Is there a guy you look up to or trust? What would he do? What does he do? What are those type of... And if there isn't, imagine one in your head. If there was an imaginary, like, dude you could look up to, what would he do? And then do that. And don't be a bitch. It's so easy to quit and stop and not do it, and that's so it's so close to death. You might as well be dead if that's all you got. And you don't. You have more than that. I know that for a fact. I've seen more men than I could ever count or describe to you in my entire life come in weak, fat, lame, kind of stupid, kind of not really playing their best in life, and just take beatings. Take a beating. Come back. Don't think about trying to get good. Don't think about any of this shit. Just come back. Come back again, take another beating. Come back again, take another beating. Come back again, take another beating. 6 months later, a new guy shows up, and it's his first day. And guess what time it is, dog? Congratulations, baby. It's game time. All we do is win. All we do is stack W's. Now it's your time to show the new guy. And be nice about it. And be helpful about it. Right? And you earned it. You earned it, man. You don't have to fake it. It's not fake. You are that guy now. You're that guy. Where it's not your first day. You're that guy who is now in a position to help someone else. Because now there's people that actually exist that are in a position to be helped by you. It's one of the most fruitful things you'll ever get in your life. And you're missing it. For no reason. You got to trust yourself. In order to trust yourself, you have to do the things that someone who you trust would be doing. If you don't, why would anyone else trust you? Okay, so let's run through the 5 stages real quick. You're going to find about hypergamy. You're going to be like, okay, so as soon as I show vulnerability to this girl, she's going to bail on me? Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm also here to tell you she's doing you a favor, bro. So, I'm sorry that your understanding of the world has to die. I know that that's painful, and I'm here to tell you it's going to be all right. You're not the only one that's learned this and has to go through this. There's multitudes of other men that have been through this that have found it to be extremely difficult and very disappointing, just as you will. It's totally natural. That's perfectly fine. The first thing you're going to want to do, let's go through the 5 steps. You're going to want to deny it. Oh, nah, man, she ain't like that, man. My wife ain't like that, man. My girl ain't like that, man. She ain't like that. No, she sees me. She sees me. Oh, God, man. You wrong, bro. You wrong. I hate to break it to you, man. You wrong. It's going to be all right. Second step, anger. You're going to be pissed off. She lied. Once you figure out that she really is like that, now you're going to be mad. She fucking lied to me. I can't believe she said she loved me. I can't believe it. I know, man. I know. It hurts, man. I could have done something. Maybe if I did this. Maybe if I said it like that. I know, man. I know. You're wrong, bro. There's nothing you could have done. Yeah, you could go back and change your behavior. I could have said it like this. I could have did that. I could have been like this. Okay, yeah, you're right, but you're wrong at the same time. You're not that guy. That's where you fucked up. It's a combination of everything. So is there one thing you could have said different? Is there one thing you could have maybe, manipulated the situation for a little bit of a different outcome? Of course. Was it going to change anything in the end? No. You're not that guy because you decided not to do the things that guy does. And as soon as you do, then you will be that guy. After you go through the denial, you get angry, you go through a little bit of the anger, you're going to figure out movement is the key to solving this. Once you go through the denial and you're in the anger stage, go to the gym every day, bro. The more you move, the less you're going to sit and be mad and in denial. So go to the fucking gym. Go twice a day if you can. It doesn't matter if you go for 20 minutes. That's not the point. The point is frequency and consistency. It has nothing to do with anything else. You're trying to build a habit that turns into a lifestyle. And then you are never, ever allowed to remove this new piece of your lifestyle from your lifestyle. This is your lifestyle now. Period. Bargaining. Under no circumstances are you to text or call for any reason. She is really like that. You are really not that guy. Your understanding of the world is wrong. You are not in a position to re-enter into a relationship with her. That is a massive L. That is not what that guy would be doing. And since you're that guy now, don't do it. She's doing you a favor. Don't steal that away from her and yourself. Next step is depression. Good. You should be happy now. Because all you got to do is repeat what you did for step number 2, which was the bargaining stage. The anger stage, which is movement. You go to the gym. You get past the bargaining where you start wanting to call and text. Don't do it. You get to the depression part. Now you got to go back to the gym some more. Good. It's so easy. You already have this added into your lifestyle. So now you just do more of this thing that you already started getting good at. And then the last step is acceptance. This is critical. Now you have to choose your perspective going forward. Now is where it kind of pays to understand the why from earlier on in this talk. You don't really have to get all of the reasons why women are this way. All you need to do is perform the right behavior so that you win the game. It's kind of like if you're playing baseball or any team sport. It's going to be helpful for you to understand why the other team is doing certain things. But you probably don't have the right time during the game to stop everything and do a whole bunch of analysis. You kind of have to keep playing the game as you're doing your analysis. And if you have game time in the moment, changes that you can make to your game plan, then great, do that. Always upgrade your game plan as you go along, and you've been given new information that you can use to improve your game plan. Beautiful. But it's not the time to isolate yourself and step out of the game and take your ball and go home and try to figure out what the other team is doing so that later you can try to call them back and come back, and now we're going to play again now that I'm more prepared. If you had kids and they tried to do that, you'd be like, whoa, what the fuck? Who taught you to do that? That's not how it works. You play the fucking game. And when the game's over, you go home and you can maybe do your analysis and, get better for next time and that kind of thing. But now is not the time to take your ball and go home. Don't be a bitch. So the perspective you want to choose here is gratefulness, not resentfulness. You should be grateful. She did you a favor. You're one step closer to learning how to treat yourself correctly so you are that guy that you want to be. You're also one step closer to being able to have a successful relationship, because it's just like a sales thing. Every no that you get actually leads you closer to a yes. And you guys that have sales training will understand that, and that's true. You shouldn't be, you're going to take it personal because it's a relationship, but at some point you need to be able to understand this is just data that someone's giving you, and you can benefit greatly from not taking it so personal and being able to kind of love it and leave it alone, let it go, and move forward. So choosing the perspective that you're now more prepared to be successful going forward is a wise decision. And the reality is if you choose that perspective, then it becomes true. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is the easiest way to play your cards right. As you perform that behavior, it becomes more reinforced. So be grateful. It's very, very, very important to not take yourself out of the game, but also understand that now you want to learn to be outcome independent. So being in the moment, having a good vibe, all that shit that girls talk about is the same thing that we talk about when we talk about being outcome independent. You don't want to be super, super stressed out, right? You want to have good vibes. You want to be cool to be with and cool to hang out with and fun to be around and all that. Be in the moment. Be more outcome independent. It's all right if people tell you no. It's just data that you can use going forward. So once you see all this hypergamy business as like a blueprint to success, it's a gift. It's not a curse. It's not going to be something that you bang your head against. You're not going to have struggles understanding why women do what they do. You're not going to have struggles figuring out how to, like, if you do have a woman in your life that you want to keep happy, you now are much more prepared because you understand how to actually do that. It's not going to be what you thought originally, but it's actually a little simpler. It's kind of a little bit of a mind fuck because you got to get to the point where you're like, okay, they're not actually going to say what they mean. Yeah, man, they're not men. Unfortunately. It'd be great if women just said what they meant all the time and meant what they said all the time, but that isn't the cards that were dealt. That's not the game you get to play. The sooner that you accept that, the better off things are going to be for you and for them. So the resentment is really the worst thing you can do. And so what you see on a lot of the red pill stuff, some of the manosphere stuff, you see guys that are, it's a man version of like a blue-haired feminist with a sociology degree. They're just resentful victims. And don't do that, man. That's really bad. You don't want to be blaming and being victim-y and resentful. So yeah, definitely don't play those games. You hear people throwing around catchphrase, you have to have an abundance mindset. That's absolutely true too. There's definitely enough money to go around. There's definitely enough women to go around. There's definitely enough land to go around. There's no reason to be, really letting anybody stop you. There really isn't. So yeah, you're not a victim. You're put here for a reason. You can't blame other people for anything and simultaneously expect your life to improve. You can blame other people and you can sit around and watch your life not improve, right? You really can't expect these conflicting things to happen simultaneously in your life. You have to really make sure you're not falling into the trap of setting up conflicting expectations. So if you have a bit of a scientific approach to what you're doing and you're like, okay, if I'm going to do behavior A and I'm getting result A, but my goal is to get result B, it doesn't take a mathematician to figure out, you're going to have to figure out how to put in effort B to get result B. So that's what we're working on here. So what you'll see at the end of the rabbit hole here is that the number one thing that's going to help you be successful with women is going to be status. Okay, so all this being attractive, having money, all that, that's great. Definitely do all that. Absolutely. Your physique is your resume. Being broke is no fun. These things go without saying. The status part of the equation is the most critical. You want to have successful relationships with women. You want to have kind of effortless relationships with women, you need to be doing the things that that guy would be doing. And you cannot be at the fucking bottom of a status hierarchy and then simultaneously expect all this good shit to be happening for you with your relationships with women. It will not happen. Let me give you an example of how it's not money when you're talking about status. So I've had several jobs working in gyms, teaching Muay Thai and whatnot. And the relationship that I've had with women from those environments are the most effortless relationships I've ever had in my life by far. And that was because of the status hierarchy. These are the lowest paying jobs I've ever had. I had less money than I've ever had. I had more status, more clearly defined than anywhere I've ever been involved with. And when women come into these places, they see if you are actually at the top of some dominance hierarchy at this place of business. And the fact that it's a place of business that's in the business of teaching people how to perform violence on other people, I don't know what else to tell you, man. That's like a fucking red carpet for hot chicks to be in your life. Okay? You might as well be parading these ladies down the red carpet with paparazzi. They feel like they're in a movie when they're with you. They love it. And they don't argue with you. They don't talk shit. They don't shit test. None of that. Why? They don't give a shit if you got money. They don't. They're fully signed up for being with the gym rat dude that has no money. It's kind of like the rich chick who's like super hot and has an ugly husband who's rich and she fucks the pool boy. That's real. They don't have to be married and unhappy and all that. It's a status establishment that you've achieved in this certain environment. And if they are exposed to that status achievement, their sexual interest is turned up to 1,000. Okay, this is going to sound bad, but there was a point in time, long time ago, right, in my early 20s, where I started a trend at work of walking around with my pockets out because I had no money, but I was on the menu for all these women. And they're like, what's up with the pockets? And I'm like, I'm just broadcasting to you ladies today that I am not supplying lunch, but I can supply whatever else you need. Do I need to explain that that was like a unexpected but very clear and successful strategy to find partners for casual sex? Like, there's a million ways to do it. That's just one example. And I don't know if that's going to maybe make me look real bad in certain ways, but it should make these women look just as bad, okay? And we're all guilty of sin, right, in one way or another. So not to glorify that type of behavior, but as an example. Okay, so then when I'm doing real estate and insurance and I have more money than I can spend, I got these chicks that want to argue and shit test and act sideways and what, and I gotta like get rid of them and find new ones because they think they're better than you. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. They think they're fucking better than you. They don't give a shit if you got money. That's their money now. They're like, I got this motherfucker. I'm better than him. Watch me get this dough. And most of it is so subconscious that the chicks from church will act like this towards you. And they don't think they are, and they don't get it, and all this. They're so They're so different, man. You can call them names. You can say they're dumb. You can say they're evil. You can say all that, okay? And maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit's dumb. Maybe a little bit's evil. Maybe, okay, we can have that conversation. But, bro, they're just different, man. And you can rise above it and operate within that hypergamy framework to outpace their hypergamy and win at all times. So why is it that women see status as the number one trigger for their sexual interest? And that's because they see these non-physical indicators of potential long-term survival, and they value that so significantly. So just like we see visual right now, beauty, it's just there's no way to get around it. They're seeing these non-physical indicators. So yeah, status, money, that kind of stuff. And so it's functional to determine if you want a long-lasting relationship with women, if you actually like her, you love this woman, you want to keep her around, you have to maintain the perception of higher sexual market value than her. You have to. You have to look better than her. You have to be smarter, be stronger, have more money at all times. You cannot backslide so that she feels like you're getting a better deal than her by being with you, by her being with you. If you're getting a better deal, if she's not the one getting the better deal, if you're not that much better than her at all times, she will bail on you. End of story, man. Okay, so even a woman who's overweight and has no job will leave you. And you'll be like, is this shit real? Is this shit okay? Go, bye. I mean, what? You're not going to try to stop her, right? You're not going to try to stop her when she wants to leave. You're going to be like, okay, cool. I mean, I thought you were getting a better deal, but if you don't think you're getting a better deal, then I'm okay. But they will. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they really are getting the better deal. If they don't think, if they don't feel, they gotta feel it. If they don't feel like they're getting the better deal, they'll bail on you, man. So yeah, I'm not making any real value judgments or morality judgments here. I'm just of the opinion that if you understand the reality of intersexual dynamics and hypergamy and evolutionary psychology and all this stuff, you're going to be more successful in life. And it's because you're going to waste less time on bullshit. You're going to waste less time doing behavior A and expecting result B. You're going to know when I do behavior A, I get results A. When I do behavior B, I get results B. I'm not going to do behavior A and expect results B because I now don't have that misconception about the world. Like your folks and your church, they raised you up to do behavior A and expect results B. Just be super nice to chicks and they'll be super nice back. That's wrong. They lied. If you're super nice to chicks, you're going to be seen as weak and you're going to get shit on. So don't go around being nice. Be firm, be fair, be friendly. Be that guy who doesn't need chicks. And the chicks will want to be with you. It's so crazy. But it's so easy. It really does work that way, man. I'm sorry to tell you if it makes you sad. I've been there too. I grew up in church. I grew up in private school. I had all these relationships with all these girls. I was super nice to them. As you can see, it didn't work. But it's all right. It's going to be fine. It's actually kind of funny. In the end, it works out okay. Anything else I need to get? I'm kind of getting to the end of this one. Let me see if there's anything else I need to give you guys before we wrap this up. So yeah, you want to control your inputs here. What can I do? You want to get your understand the why. Why do they do this? How does this work? That's cool. Most importantly, what do? Go to the gym, save money, eat less. It's almost more important to look at it like, what can I do less of? What can I stop doing? Stop doing all the things that you know you shouldn't be doing. Every time you get that low feeling like I probably shouldn't do this, don't. That's the cheapest way to improve your life, starting right now. Stop doing all the things that you know you shouldn't be doing. That's going to save you money right there. You're going to waste time, energy, resources. You're going to have less successful relationships. So it takes time, energy, resources to embark upon and maintain relationships. So that's why you want to save these things, so that you can have healthy relationships with people that want to be with you. The ability to retain your time and energy, the ability to retain your resources, that shows discipline, and it implies that you have optionality. And this is going to help you outpace her hypergamy. You may not have any optionality. Most men don't. But you want to behave as if you do. And maintain that behavior at all times. Because in reality, it is that behavior that will lead to you having optionality. So that's, in my observation, that's the correct behavior to participate in. I got a couple hot takes I'm going to throw at you here at the end. I don't even know if these should really fit, but we're going to throw them in anyway. I may start doing a little bit of this. If you made it this far, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep doing these. Here's some hot takes on the way out. Number one, my Muslim homies seem like they know what they're doing. Okay? I grew up Christian. It ain't looking good, boys. My Muslim homies are really not doing bad these days. They got big families. They got businesses, family businesses. They're having lots of children. Okay, they don't got women that just fucking hate them and talk shit all the time. Okay. Like, I like going to their house for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what else to tell you at this point. Okay, now, here's another one. Anytime you hear the word feminism in your mind, replace that with Satanism, and things are going to start making sense right away. So anytime you get the point, Satanism instead of feminism. Interchange those two words, and let me know how much more sense things start to make when you look at your phone. Here's another hot take. Guys, if I can see your wife's face with makeup on my phone 24/7, anytime I want, just take it out of my pocket and find your wife's face all done up with makeup and shit, you're not in a traditional marriage, and that's not a traditional woman. Okay, here's one for the ladies. Ladies, here's one for you. If you've had more than one abortion, you're a serial killer. Here's one for the guys. Guys, out of love and a desire for future success for your children, stop doing business with women. I'll say that again. You stop doing business with them. Okay? If you want to make more money, stop doing business with women. If you want to have a wife at home, stop doing business with women. If you want respect in your life from women, stop doing business with women. Unless they're buying something that you're selling, there should never be any transaction going on there, okay? If you want respect, if you want to be able to make more money, if you want there to be stronger families, stop doing business with women. They can do business with you. You can't do business with them. You go in somewhere to buy something and it's a woman, find a man. Make sure he gets the commission. You got to go sign up for something somewhere. Find a man to sign up with. Ask for the manager. If the manager's a woman, go to a different location. Keep looking. One more for the boys. 70% of personal trainers cheat. 70%. Don't ever let your wife get a personal trainer under any circumstances. I'm telling you this is inside information, boys. This is inside information. Don't you ever, under any circumstances, allow your wife to hire a personal trainer at the gym. You've got to be fucking smoked out. 70% of personal trainers cheat. 70% of nurses cheat. Guys, don't date nurses. None but love. Gone Legit channel. Like, subscribe. Hit me in the comments. Let me know if I sound crazy. Y'all have a great day.